crime gang hood who ran a drug racket linking Dubai to a Glasgow shisha bar was the target of a murder plot by rivals who branded him a mob rat. Ryan Carvil, a former crony of gangland shooting victim Kenny Reilly, is facing years in jail after he admitted heading up an illicit narco operation. He admitted his guilt at the High Court in Glasgow after gangland enemies David Nisbet and Declan McCuish were nailed in February for planning to have Carvil executed. They were sentenced to a total of 24 years at the High Court in Edinburgh for seeking to turn the streets of Glasgow into a war zone. Their trial heard cops who cracked encrypted phone network EncroChat found Nisbet using the handle Las Diablo message one hitman, "I will get someone to put an effing tool to his head tonight. This rat has to get got." A text from an associate read, "Jump out, nut him quickly, tie weights to his ankles and roll him in a canal." But the shooter pulled out as he did not like the getaway cars. Carvil's identity as the duo's target can only now be revealed following his decision to plead guilty to running a £100,000 a month drugs operation between Dubai and Glasgow. 32-year-old Carvil and 36-year-old Syed Kaum were at the top of a syndicate that used dodgy delivery firms to distribute cocaine, ecstasy, ketamine and cannabis. We told how the pair were awash with so much cash that Kaum splashed out on a fleet of supercars, while Carvil basked in a luxury lifestyle in the sun-soaked United Arab Emirates haven. But the highly lucrative scheme unravelled after their associate, Anjaydeep Singh, who's 30, was snared by cops who picked up the stench of dope coming from his Ford Ranger pickup truck in Glasgow's Tradeston area. A seized mobile phone and WhatsApp text then revealed the scale of the operation. Now the trio, along with Adil Iqbal, who's 35, are facing lengthy prison sentences after admitting their guilt at the city's High Court. It comes almost a year after Carvil's underworld foes admitted plotting his murder. The city's High Court heard Nisbet and Ali McCuish, both 34, sounded out hitmen to shoot the so-called grass in the head, then dump his body in the canal. Prosecutors told how they set out a plan to torch the getaway car, but their chosen killer got cold feet. Swords and a stab-proof vest were later found at Nisbet's pad in Glasgow's West End. He was also nailed for directing drug dealing, while McCuish was convicted of a role in serious organised crime. We told in 2019 how Carvil was caged for 3 years for pulling out an imitation silver handgun in a clash that escalated the day before Pal Reilly was blasted to death. Keith Reilly got into a fight with 5 men outside this bar just a mile away from where he was executed the very next day. His pal Ryan Carvil left the premises along with Reilly and his brother Peter. There was then a heated exchange outside before it became physical. And the day after that disturbance, a balaclava-wearing assassin blasted Reilly up to 6 times as he sat in the passenger seat of his friend's silver BMW at these lights in Maryhill. 4 hoods were found guilty in 2022 of the planned execution. John Kennedy pulled the trigger, and co-accused Morton Eadie and his son Darren Eadie and Ross Fisher were all found guilty of murder. All 4 were jailed for life. Kennedy must serve at least 26 years, Darren Eadie at least 24, and Morton Eadie and Fisher at least 22 years.